So the first news is we are starting with the national news, okay? And the first news is Cabinet approved 1500 crore incentive scheme to promote critical mineral recycling. Okay. Now, before reading this news, we should know about the National Critical Mineral Mission of India. National Critical Mineral Mission of India. What does this mission say? What are its objectives? So basically, it started in the year 2025. Okay, and it aims to build self-reliance in the critical mineral sector, right? And how we can become self-reliant? Through exploration, through recycling, through stockpiling, like this. Okay, and government has provided a corpus of 16,300 crore rupees for this particular mission. Okay, and apart from this, they expect around 18,000 crore worth of investment, right, from the different PSUs. So these are some static facts about the National Critical Mineral Mission. Now let's see the news. Before news, let's see the question. So the Union Cabinet approved a 1500 crore incentive scheme under the National Critical Mineral Mission to promote recycling capacity from secondary sources. The scheme will run for how many years? Okay, so I've already told you it started from 2025 and it will run till 2030-31. So correct answer is, let's see the news in detail. So this is the mission. The scheme will run for 6 years, 2025-26 to financial year 2031. Okay, so 6 years is the correct answer. Now, do you know what are the critical minerals? Do you know some of the names? So basically, critical minerals, there are around 30 critical minerals. Okay, there are 30 minerals which are categorized as critical. Okay, beryllium is one of that, cobalt, copper, gallium, like this, there are 30. Okay, so please remember this thing. And in the Minerals and Mines Development Act, there are 24 minerals which are listed. Got it? So please remember this thing. What are the things you have to remember? The scheme duration, right? And what all the things will be covered in the recycling part? E-waste, lithium-ion battery. Lithium-ion battery is used where? In your mobile phone, in your laptops, right? And catalytic converter from end-of-life vehicles. So all the EVs, okay, that will also be recycled. Got it? So these are the things which you have to remember, the static part as well as the current part. Is it okay? Clear? Chalo. Very good, very good. Next is India's first vulture conservation portal launched in Assam. Now, before moving ahead, you should know that the Indian vulture, okay, as per the IUCN categorization, they are categorized as critically endangered species. Okay, so let's see the news. So, question is, where was India's first dedicated vulture conservation portal? The Vulture Network launched in September 2025. So, Guwahati, Assam is the correct answer. Okay. So, the first vulture portal, conservation portal is located in, started in Guwahati, Assam. First keyword. Okay. And that's, what are the second thing which you have to remember? It is cloud-based platform. Okay. Which will help in research and other things. Right. So remember this thing. And which type of vulture they are going to conserve? Slender billed vulture. Okay, only 800 of them are left. That is the condition. Now remember one thing, why the vulture population is so much endangered. The reason means the vulture, they eat basically all the dead and decay plants, animals. Okay, now one of their major diet is their dead chickens from the poultry, and these chickens are fed with antibiotics. And these antibiotics, one of the major thing is diclofenac, which is a type of painkiller. Okay, so when these chicken dies na, and when the vulture eat this thing, this diclofenac, it do is it due to diclofenac, the kidneys of these vultures, they get fed, and that's why they are dying in large numbers, right? So only 800 mature build vultures are there. The rest are all dead. That's why the conservation is important. Okay, chalo. So Guwahati is the correct answer. Next is PM Narendra Modi launches Bihar Rajya Jivika Nidhi Sak Sahkari Sangh Limited to empower women entrepreneurs. Okay, so the name is also very long and the short form is also very long. So who inaugurated? Narendra Modi ji. Where? In Bihar. Bihar is very important. Why? The recent Bihar election is also coming. So all the new schemes will be started in Bihar only. Okay, so let's see the purpose of this particular scheme. So this scheme BRJ and SSL started in Bihar. Okay, what is the purpose? Purpose is to provide affordable credit to the rural women entrepreneurs and the self-help groups. Okay, and they have provided a seed capital of 105 crore, and government of Bihar is going to provide 1000 crore rupees, right? So please remember this thing. The name of the scheme BRJ and SSL, it is for Bihar. The purpose is to provide credit access to the rural women entrepreneurs and the self-help groups. 105 crore from government of India and 1000 crore from the government of Bihar. Three things you have to remember for this particular news. Got it? Chalo. Next is APEDA launched Bharti initiative to support 100 agri-food startups. So what is APEDA? APEDA is basically Agriculture and Processed Food Products Export Department Development Authority. Okay, Agricultural and Processed Food Products Export Development Authority. Right. For example, agriculture product is what? Wheat. Processed food is what? The wheat flour. Right. So the export promotion of these products, APEDA is the organization, and APEDA was formed in the year 1985. It is a statutory body. Okay, it was formed through the APEDA Act of 1985, and it comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Right. Chalo. So which authority launched the Bharti initiative to boost Indian agri-food export? So correct answer is APEDA. Let's see the news. So first keyword is the Bharti initiative. Okay. Second keyword is what? To promote what? To promote and support 100 agri-food and agriculture tech startups. How many? 100. And they have a target to achieve 50 billion US dollar agri-food export by 2030. Right? So 1, 2, 3 things you have to remember. Bharti, 100 tech startup supports and 50 billion US dollar target by 2030. Got it? Chalo. Next is India joins Health AI GRN to strengthen oversight of AI in healthcare. Okay. So India joined the Health Artificial Intelligence Global Regulatory Network. In short, it is known as Health AI GRN. Where was the agreement signed? London, New York, New Delhi, and Singapore. So let's see the news in detail. So the Health AI GRN Global Regulatory Network. This agreement was signed in New Delhi, right? And from India, it was represented by ICMR and India AI, India Artificial Intelligence Mission also, right? Please remember this thing. Less important news, okay? But remember this few name also here. Kavita Bhatia, she is the CEO of India AI Mission, right? So two things you have to remember: the location, the members involved, and the organization. Okay. So basically, it is a collaborative platform. This Global Health AI, Global Regulatory Network, it is a collaborative platform for health regulators worldwide. Okay. Less important news. Just remember the venue. Next is 20th Global Sustainability Summit held in New Delhi. Achha, before moving, how many of you can tell me how many sustainable development goals we have? Let me give you one quick way to remember at least the top 4 SDGs. Poverty, hunger, health, education, PHEE. Okay. So you are going to tell me how many sustainable development goals we have. So the 20th Global Sustainability Summit was held in which city? So let's see the news in detail. What all the things you have to remember. First of all, the summit was organized in New Delhi. Number 1 keyword. Second thing you have to remember is the theme. Theme is reimagining sustainability, resilient, regenerative, and responsible. Just remember reimagining sustainability, RRR. Okay. You don't have to remember how many delegates have participated. Okay. So just remember this thing. Okay. Chalo. The New Delhi is the correct answer. Next is India's current account deficit reduced to $2.4 billion in first quarter of 26 financial year 26 as per the RBI data. Before moving ahead to the news, first understand what is current account deficit. These are some static things which you should know. So again, it is a part of what? The balance of payment. Okay, it is a part of balance of payment. It basically records what? Current account deficit record what? What is the amount of transaction or the value of transaction in goods services have been taken place. Okay, right? So it includes all export, imports and transfers, remittances like these. Okay, for example, if our exports are more, exports value is more and import value is less, it means we are in current account surplus. But if we reverse the situation, if our import are more, exports are less, it becomes what? It becomes a deficit situation, which we call it as current account deficit. So it includes the export imports of goods, services and the transfers, right? So please remember this thing. So it includes the component of current account deficit. Basically it includes, first is trade balance of goods, like your products, okay, trade balance of services, right, and your transfers, foreign investment, dividends, interest payments, remittances, all these things forms the part of current account deficit. If more money is coming inside India, it means we are in surplus. But if more money is leaving India, we are in deficit. Okay, so why India is in deficit? The major reason is we import a lot of oil and gold, right? And our exports are weak due to global slowdown. Because of this, we are in deficit. So India current account deficit for first quarter of financial year 26 stood at how much? So let's see the news. So for the first quarter, it was how much? So 2.4 billion US dollar. Okay, please remember this thing. This is just for the first quarter. Okay, is it clear? And if I talk about the percentage of GDP, it is around 0.2% of GDP of India, right? So please remember this thing. So if we talk, the net FDI inflows were 5.7 billion, NRI deposit was 3.6 billion, and forex rose to 4.5 billion dollar. But our merchandise trade widened. Okay, 68.5 billion dollar, and especially we have a huge trade deficit with China. And if you talk with USA, we are in a trade surplus with USA. We are exporting more to USA than importing from it. But from China, the story is reversed. Okay, chalo. Next is highlights of the 56th GST Council meeting held in New Delhi. So the 56th GST Council meeting approved a new GST structure of how many main slabs? This is the very important news. You have to remember this thing. Earlier we were having how much? 0%, 5%, 12%, 18% and 28%. Four slabs were there. Now it has been reduced to only 5% and 18%. These are known as next generation GST reforms. Only two slab structure will be there. Also, there will be a demerit rate of 40%, which will include the sin goods and the luxury items. Sin goods means your cigarettes, alcohol, these are the things. Okay. Now, the household items, they have, for example, GST on milk, paneer, bread, they have been cut to nil. Education products like pencil, notebook, again 0%, right? And 33 life-saving drugs and diagnostic kits have been reduced to 0 slab. So these are some of the good things we are going to get. The things are going to become a little bit cheaper. Okay. Now, can you relate it with demand and supply? Can it lead to inflation or demand side supply side constraint in future? Chalo, if you don't know about these things, so I have covered the entire unit of inflation on YouTube under the SBI CBO playlist. You can go and watch that to have a better understanding what would be the impact of all these things. Chalo. Next is National Payment Corporation of India raised per UPI transaction limits to 5 lakhs and cumulative limits for 24 hours to 10 lakh rupees. First, understand what is NPCI. NPCI is National Payment Corporation of India. It is basically the umbrella organization for all the retail digital payments. Okay, it is formed in 2008. It is a not-for-profit company. Okay, and it is promoted by RBI and Indian Bank Association. Please remember this thing. Okay. Now, all the digital transactions, all the different types of fund transfer like card-based payment, Aadhaar enabled payment, toll collections, right? Everything is controlled by NPCI. Some of the major products controlled by NPCI is UPI, IMPS, Rupee card, AEPS, Aadhaar enabled payment system, Bharat bill payment system, right? FASTag. Everything is controlled by, looked after by NPCI. So let's see the question. As per NPCI September 2025 revision, the UPI limit for tax payment is fixed at how much? So for tax payment, the limit has increased to 5 lakh rupees. Let's see the news, then we'll see the answer. So it is going to be effective from 15th of September. First thing you have to remember, tax payment limit has been increased to 5 lakh rupees per transaction, right? For merchant categories, it has been raised to 10 lakh rupees. The per transaction and daily transaction limit raised to 10 lakh rupees. But the person to person transfer is still unchanged at 1 lakh rupees. 5, 10, 1. Tax payment 5, merchant category 10 lakh, and P2P is still 1 lakh rupees per day. Just remember these things. Okay? Chal. Next is RBI imposes 44 lakhs monetary penalty on Bandhan Bank. Now, if you know the function of RBI had two types of function. One is the quantitative control and second is the qualitative control. So, under the qualitative control, RBI has the power to impose penalty. Okay. So, in August 2025, RBI imposed penalty of 44 lakhs on which bank for regulatory non-compliance. So, correct answer is Bandhan Bank. Let's see the news. What is the reason? Reason is non-compliance with statutory and regulatory norms. Okay. Payment of commission to certain employees and failure to record audit trails. 44 lakh rupees fine, and it has been provided under the Banking Regulation Act of 1949 under section 10. Okay, so please remember this thing. Three things you have to remember. Next is NSO quarterly estimates India's GDP grew 5-quarter high of 7.8% in the first quarter of financial year 26. Again, very data driven news. Okay, just remember the data for the time period. Whenever you remember any kind of data, please remember the time period also. Okay, so India's real GDP growth rate in first quarter of financial year 26 was estimated at how much percent by NSO? Now, what is real GDP and what is nominal GDP? These are the two types of GDP. See, for the current years, for example, in 2025, if I am selling 1000 pen and one pen cost is, let's say, 20 rupees. So into 20, the nominal GDP would be 20,000 rupees. Okay. Real GDP, it basically calculates from a base year. Okay. It does not take into account the effect of inflation. But in nominal GDP, effect of inflation is there. For example, if the pen cost suddenly increased to 40 rupees, the nominal GDP will become 40,000 rupees. That is the major difference. So, NSO, which comes under Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation, they have released the GDP forecast for first quarter of financial year 26, showing 7.8% real GDP growth rate. Okay, so please remember this thing, right? And gross fixed capital formation, it means how much investor demand is going. Okay, it is up by 7 point. There are so many of data, just remember this thing. No need to read these things right now because they're not going to ask these. Okay, GDP they might ask you. All right, chalo. Otherwise, real GDP, what is gross value addition, and everything we have covered in the basics class. If you don't know, go and watch the basic class. That would be easy for you to understand them. At least you should know what is the difference between GDP, GNP, national income, all these things. GDP, GNP, these are these are the aggregates of national income. Okay, chalo. Next is defense related news. India US joint military exercise Yuddh Abhyas begin in Alaska, USA. So for any military exercise, just remember the venue, the name of countries, and the addition if it is possible. So addition is 21st, countries is India and US, venue is USA, Alaska. Okay, so these are the things, but how many things we have to remember? Name of the exercise, Yuddhabhyas. Okay, countries are India, USA. It is a joint military exercise, right? The edition is 21st, and where it was happened, Alaska. Only 4 things you have to remember. Rest, this is not at all required. This is a waste of your time. That's why I cut it. Okay, chalo. Next is Cognizant CEO Ravi Kumar featured in 2025 Time 100 AI list of world most influential people in AI. So, which Indian origin executive included in the Time 100 AI person list? So, correct answer is your Ravi Kumar Singhi Setti. Okay, he is the CEO of Cognizant. So just remember the name, the position, that's it, and in which list he has been presented. Alright, chal. Next is Thailand's cabinet appointed Phumtham Vechai as acting prime minister. So who has been appointed as the acting prime minister? Phumtham Vengachai, right? So before him, it was Pengtoram Shinawatra, right? Very difficult names, है ना? But he was removed from the PM post by Constitutional Court ruling. So just for the acting PM is Phumtham Vengachai. Just remember the name. That's it. Next news is Arundhati Roy launches her memoir Mother Mary Comes to Me in Kerala. So what is the title of Arundhati Roy's first memoir released in 2025? Mother Mary Comes to Me. So see, Arundhati Roy, she's a very famous writer. Okay, in 1997 she won the Booker Prize. Okay, for which book? The God of Small Thing. The God of Small Thing. Please remember this name. Okay, she has won other prizes also. So just remember, first memoir of Arundhati Roy is Mother Mary Comes to Me. Okay, and she released in Kerala. That's it. So I have given some information about Arundhati Roy also, right? Next is Israel launched spy satellite OFEC-19 to expand its surveillance capability throughout Middle East. Israel is doing whatever it wants, है ना? They are just spying on the other countries engaged in war. So what is the name of the new spy satellite of Israel? Let's see the news in detail. So first of all, country involved is Israel. Satellite name is OFEC-19. What is the purpose? The purpose is basically it is a high resolution surveillance satellite. 3 things you have to remember. Okay, it is a low Earth orbit. Low Earth orbit means height from the surface of Earth is around 500 kilometers. Got it? Rest you don't have to remember who has designed it and other. OFEC-19. 3 keywords you have to remember from this entire news. Next is RRI develops Pratyush to detect cosmic dawn signals. So which institute developed Pratyush, a radiometer to detect 21 centimeter hydrogen signal from cosmic dawn? So it is Raman Research Institute. Okay. So the institute is Raman Research Institute. It comes under Departments of Science and Tech. And they have developed what? Pratyush. It is a radiometer. Right? And what is the purpose of this Pratyush? Is to study the formation of first stars and galaxies. You don't have to remember that technology. This is very technical part. They are not going to ask in your exam. Okay. 2 things you have to remember: Pratyush and its objective and who developed it. That's it. Next, India clinches 2020 SAFF Under 17 Women Championship title in Bhutan. Football Championship in Bhutan Under 17. India has won and they have defeated Nepal 5-0. Okay. So India won Nepal, defeating Nepal 5-0. The event was taking place in Bhutan, right? Just remember this thing. You don't have to remember this. Okay. Chal. Achha, apart from this, you also have to remember that India has won the Asia Cup of Hockey, which was recently held in Rajgir, Bihar. Okay. And you are going to tell me India has defeated which country to won the Asia Hockey Cup title? Next is obituary. Renowned Italian fashion designer Giorgio Armani passed away at 91. So I believe you all have heard of the brand called Armani. Okay, so there is Giorgio Armani, the person on the name which the entire brand has been developed. Okay, very expensive fashion brand. Okay, so the late fashion legend Giorgio Armani was popularly known as Don Giorgio, Re Giorgio, El Mastro, King of Milan. So correct answer. Let's see the news. है ना? So he is also known as nicknamed Re Giorgio, King Giorgio. All right. So just remember this thing. That's it. No need to remember every other stuff. Okay. Just remember the name. Right. So it's Re Giorgio, King Giorgio is the name. Got it? So we are covering the all the important news from 8th of September till 14th of September. Special focus again. I have told you that try to focus on the keywords for every news. Okay. So let's start. So the first news is Ministry of Tribal Affairs launches beta version of Adi Sanskriti, a digital platform for tribal art. So what kind of question they can ask you in the exam? So the Ministry of Tribal Affairs launched Adi Sanskriti platform with three major components. Which one of the following is not one among them? Now this is a more deeper question. Or let's say in the exam now, how they can ask is that Adi Sanskriti recently seen in news is what? Okay. So remember it is related with tribal art, right? So let's see the news in detail, then we'll see the answer. So Adi Sanskriti first keyword, it is a digital platform for tribal art forms. Okay. So please remember this thing. Which ministry is involved? Ministry of Tribal Affairs. Right. So what are the components of this? Please excuse me. I'm having a cough and cold. Right. So now the season is also the similar. Right. Sometimes there is rain, sometimes there is sun. So many people, even an entire family of mine is having this viral or cough and cold. Right. So please take care of your health also during this preparation. So the component includes Adi Vishwa Vidyalaya. So this is a digital tribal art academy with 45 courses. Number one component. Second is Adi Sampada. It is basically a repository of more than 5,000 plus documents. And third is Adi Heart, which is basically the online tribal marketplace. And this is linked with TriFed, right? So please remember this thing. And the entire this platform will be released in phases, right? And what is the overall purpose of this particular mission? To build world first tribal digital university. See, tribal art, the tribal people, they are basically they are a medium of taking ahead India's heritage. Otherwise, they will be forgotten. And once the language, once the culture is forgotten, it is very difficult to retrieve them. So, in order to preserve it, in order to conserve it, they are creating world first tribal digital university, because see, tribal knowledge is also huge. It is very vast. It is related with medicinal. I believe, I think you all will be surprised that many tribal people, they have the skills to identify which of the forests which are the medicinal plant which are used for different types of disease. So we can take the benefit of all these things. And see, many people, many uh, foreign countries, what they are doing is they are visiting India, they are coming to these tribal people, they are trying to know what the plant is. Then what they are doing, they are going back then to their country and they are patenting that particular plant. And once it is patented, you can't use it. Okay. So it is very important to conserve the tribal art forms. So correct answer is D, gram. Okay. So these are the three component. Adi Vishwavidyalaya, Adi Sampada, Adi. Adi Gram is not a component of this particular portal. Next news is Ministry of Road Transport and Highway collaborates with Zomato and Uber for road safety initiative. Now you would be surprised to know that a big number of people, they are dying in road accident every year. So in order to promote road safety initiative, see, I personally believe that it is the lack of knowledge amongst the normal citizen of India regarding the roads. See, how many of you, just let me know how many of you know what does this mean in a highway. Let's say this is a highway, okay, and then these are marks, white color marks are there, right? Then you might see that there are certain highways in which a single yellow color strip would be there like this, solid, no gaps. What is this to the difference between these two marks? See, the problem here is lack of basic knowledge. It means this gap means that you can overtake. Let's say this vehicle is going, you can use this lane and you can overtake. But here you can't do overtaking. You have to follow this route, and this person has to follow this route. I don't know how many of you actually knew that this particular thing, right? And because of this, there is a lot of road accidents. Chalo. So the Ministry of Road Transport and Highways collaborated with Uber and Zomato under Sadak Suraksha Abhiyan with the aim to halve road accidents and deaths in India by which year? So let's see the news in detail. So Ministry of Road Transport and Highway, first of all, MORTH plus Zomato plus Uber. You can write like this: road safety. Okay, and the purpose is what? To reduce the or to halve the road accident by the year 2030. Right. So it just you can see the data in 2023, the road accidents were around 4.8 lakh cases. It means around 20 deaths per hour. Right. So correct answer is 2030. Next is PM Narendra Modi inaugurated Semicon India 2025 in New Delhi, unveils Vikram 32 microprocessor. Now, what kind of question they can ask you in the exam? Vikram 32, recently seen in news. It is a it is a lander, it is a rover for space tech, it is a microchip, what it is, right? So these kind of questions. So please remember Mike Vikram 32. Okay, it is a 32-bit semiconductor microprocessor. Okay, so let's see the news. So what was the name of the event? The name of the event was Semicon. Okay, it is a short for semiconductor, right? So again, where it happened? In Yasho Bhumi, New Delhi, my Bhumi, Yashovardhan's Bhumi, है ना? So the see again, India want to become the next semiconductor powerhouse. The reason here is still we are dependent upon China for a lot and lot of semiconductors. The in-house manufacturing is very low. Tata has started a plant in Assam. Okay, so in order to promote this thing, they have started this particular convention, right? Also, you should know about the India's semiconductor mission. I'm giving you one homework. Please read about the India semiconductor mission. What is the target? What is the corpus? Okay, please remember this thing. And what is the name of the microprocessor? First indigenous 32-bit microprocessor. Please remember Vikram 32. Very, 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 very important news. Okay, so please remember this thing. Got it? And you should know that Tata is starting a new semiconductor plant where? In Assam. Okay. Acha, one more thing is please don't confuse it with Shakti processor. Right? It is the IIT Madras project. You know, it was started earlier. Vikram 32 is different. Right? Chalo. Is this clear, guys? Yes, no in the comment box, those who are watching. Acha, those of you who are watching it, the videos, okay, are you guys following how I am taking all the news? I'm not. Oh, I'm see. My purpose here is to not overload you with lots of information. My purpose here is you just have to remember few words from every news. So, are you following it? Yes, no, in the comment box, guys. Those who are watching live. Okay, Shantu 231 clear. What about other students? Tell me how's your preparation right now going? I'm talking about other subjects also. How much time you are devoting for each subject every day? See, it is all about your planning. Everyone See, Sandeep is started from today. Sandeep, do one thing now. Please watch the previous week from, let's say, from 1st of September video also. Okay, very good. Now, see, it is all about your planning, because everyone is reading the same content, everyone is doing the same questions, everyone is doing the same mock test. Then what is the reason that some people are getting cleared, they are able to clear the exam in the very first attempt and some are not? What is the reason? Again, it is all about exam oriented preparation and exam oriented planning. What, how many questions generally comes in? Let's talk about GA. In GA, I believe, let's take average 30 questions come in your exam. Okay, on an average. Tick. And for these 30 questions, you have seen the marks of the toppers. They are scoring about 10 marks, 12 marks maximum. It means they must be attempting somewhere around 15, 16 questions. 4 or 5 questions gets incorrect. They are scoring 10 to 12 correct. Now for scoring those 10 to 12 questions, how much content you are reading, how much time you are devoting, na, you should be very careful about that. Because I've seen many students, they suffer a lot. Why? Because they are reading each and everything. Instead, try to devote majority of your time for the subjects which are more scoring. Okay, with a little bit of practice you can score more. GA is never a scoring subject, please remember this thing. You can't score 28 questions, 25 questions in GA. Yeah, if you are some very genius person, then you might score, but take any exam. In GA, 50%, 45% score is the score of the topper. Okay, so your preparation should be aligned also in a similar fashion. Got it? Chal. Next is Ministry of Housing and Urban Affairs launch Angikar 2025 campaign under Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban 2.0. Yes. Now, the Angikar 2025 campaign is linked to the implementation of which flagship scheme? So I have told you the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Okay. Now, can you tell me what is the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban Divas when it is celebrated? It is celebrated on 17th of September, right? Right? Is it clear? And see, this Urban Yojana 2.0 is basically from 2024 till 2029. That's why 2.0. Okay, 5-year times have been provided. And what is the objective of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana? To provide all-weather Pakka houses to eligible urban families. Okay, and how much target is there? 1 crore people, urban poor. Now, these are some of the static part about Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana. So, if I were you, I would have done what? I would have written Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana urban like this. Okay. And I would have at least remember at least 4 components. What is all weather Pakka houses, right? Pakka house. Second is what? It was again housing for all urban. It was started in the year 2015, right? So there are different types of beneficiaries. Under this, EWS section is there who are earning up to 3 lakh rupees per year. Then LIG is there 3 to 6 lakh. Then middle income group, right, up to 18 lakh, right? So they are getting, and how much assistance they are getting? 1.5 to 2.5 lakh rupees per house assistance they are particular getting. And it has 4 components. You should remember this thing. It has 4 components. One is in situ slum rehabilitation, right? Then credit link subsidy is there. For example, let's say if I was a person, I want to make my let's say I have purchased a house, so I would get some credit link subsidy. Let's say if I fall under the MIG, my income is less than 18 lakh rupees, so I would get around 2.5 lakh rupees subsidy also, right? And third is affordable housing partnership. Also, fourth is beneficiary led construction. For example, let's say you don't want credit subsidy, you want to construct your own house. Okay, so you can also get assistance. How much assistance? 1.5 to 2.5. These are the static stuff you should know about. Okay. Now, to read any kind of scheme, first of all, you should know the basic. Then comes the what is the current update. See, this scheme was launched in 2015. So by now, let's say up till March 2024, 2025, around 1.2 crore houses have been completed, right? Like this, what is the purpose? What is the achievement? You should know about this scheme also. Chalo. So this Angikar Yojana, okay, it has been launched as a part of Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana Urban. Got it? Now, so please remember Awas Yojana Divas is 70th September 2025, right? Please remember this thing. And I have told you how much houses they have to cover, around 1 crore houses. Okay, please remember this thing. And the static will remain same. है ना? Here under Awas Yojana 2.0, 1 crore is the targeted people, right? Chalo. And what is the total investment? Estimated investment, it is around 10 lakh crore rupees, right? And out of this, 2.5 lakh crore rupees would be provided for every house, each house. Got it? Please remember these some data, some facts about this particular scheme. Chalo. Next is EIL successfully completes India's first bamboo-based biorefinery in Assam. Where is India's first bamboo-based biorefinery located? So it is in Assam, right? So this would be the question. Now let's see. So first keyword is first bamboo-based biorefinery. Second is Numaligarh, Assam. Now you should know that Numaligarh is also it has very famous oil refinery. Okay, Numaligarh pipeline is also there. Okay, and who has created? Third is Engineers India Limited, right? So three keywords you have to remember. You don't have to remember the target and everything. Okay. So please remember location, executor, technology. Okay, and these are the three aspects you should know about this particular news. Got it? Chalo. Next is fifth edition of Lok Samvardhan Parv concludes successfully in Kochi, Kerala. Lok Samvardhan Parv. Now, the fifth Lok Samvardhan Parv organized by Ministry of Minority Affairs was held in which city? So, we have seen it is Kochi, right? Now, what was the purpose, objective of this? So, Lok Samvardhan Parv. First of all, remember the name and the ministry involved, Ministry of Minority Affairs, right? Now, what is the objective of this Parv? To promote minority artisans, minority craft weavers, cuisines, and entrepreneurs, and to provide them with market linkage. So we are targeting basically two aspects. One is the traditional art form, conservation, and secondly minority upliftment. Two very important aspect is getting targeted here. Okay, so please remember this thing. You don't have to remember how many stalls were there, right? Just remember the name of the per ministry involved, and third is objective. 1, 2, and 3 things you have to remember. Okay, chalo. Next is India and Mexico signed MOU to boost bilateral trade and investment. Now, you have seen that recently India has done a important free trade agreement pact with United Kingdom, and this question may come in your exam also. Okay. All right. Chalo. Similarly, India is also trying to uh, basically diversify its trade. It should not dependent upon US. So they are searching for other countries also. Okay. So Mexico again, just below United States. So India recently signed an MOU with Mexico to boost bilateral trade with an initial investment of around $1,200 million. This was announced during which event? So let's see the news in detail, then we'll see the answer. So during the FICCI Leads conference in New Delhi, India and Mexico, right? During FICCI, they have decided to come to a free trade agreement pact, right? And how much investment they are going to do? $1,200 million investment, right? So please remember this thing. So again, Mexico can serve as a bridge between India, US, and Canada, right? So one keyword, two keyword, and three keywords for this entire news. Got it? Chal, very good. So I have created like this also. You can read it from here. Is it clear, guys? See, every continent has their own trade unions, right? For example, NAFTA. You must have heard of this term, North Atlantic. Sorry, not North Atlantic, North American Free Trade Agreement. It includes US, Canada, and Mexico. Three countries are there, right? So please remember this thing about NAFTA. Next is 44th SCO RATS meeting held in Kyrgyzstan. What is SCO? SCO, I believe you all know, Shanghai Cooperation Organization. Okay. Recently, our defense minister participated in this meeting. Is it clear? And it has how many members? 10 members are there, right? So please remember this thing. 10 members are there. India and Pakistan are also one of the member along with China, right? Please remember this thing. Also, it has its one more division that is known as RATS. RATS means what? Regional Anti-Terror Structure. Okay, anti-terrorist structure, right? Please remember this thing. Okay, and the headquarter of SCO is where? SCO's headquarter is Beijing. Please remember this thing, right? These are some of the static facts. See, if you are not reading the static fact, na, you might miss one or two questions in the exam. Got it? So the 44th meeting of the SCO-RATS was held in Kyrgyzstan. Which country has assumed the next chairmanship of RATS? So let's see the news. So what is the news? SCO-RATS meeting, where it held? Kyrgyzstan. So first keyword, second keyword, right? From India, who participated? Deputy NSA, Mr. TV Ravichandran. He was recently appointed as Deputy NSA. Okay, and they basically in that particular event they endorsed the Tianjin Declaration. Tianjin Declaration is what? It is basically related with curbing terror financing. It is basically about cross-border security. Please remember this third keyword. Okay, so please remember these three aspects, right? And the next chairmanship is going to be with Pakistan, which is the most important terror promoting country. Instead of terror reduction, it is going to promote terrorism. है ना? चलो. So these three keywords, please remember. SCO meeting, where it held? In Kyrgyzstan. Who participated from India? Deputy NSA TV Ravichandran. Why its name is important? Because he was recently appointed, right? And they basically endorsed the Tianjin Declaration. Tianjin Declaration is related with again anti-terrorism. Got it? Is it clear, guys? Yes, no in the comment box. Chal. Next is India Sri Lanka signed MOU to establish emergency care unit at Mannar, Sri Lanka. Okay. So if you see, this is Sri Lanka and this is what? This is the Gulf of Mannar, right? So India signed an MOU with Sri Lanka to build accident and emergency unit at District General Hospital located in which of the following? Jaffna, Colombo, Mannar or Kandy. So it is in Mannar. Okay. So what you have to remember in this? Again, first India, Sri Lanka, accident unit where? In Mannar, Sri Lanka, and around investment of around 15.5 crore. 1, 2, 3, 4 keywords you have to remember. Got it? Sure. Guys, I hope my voice is clear because I'm having a sore throat, so I won't be able to speak louder. Is my voice clear to you, all of you? Yes, no, in the comment box. Acha, those who are watching, can you guys please tell me what is the most difficult thing you face while learning GA or current affairs? Can you guys tell me what is the most difficult thing or most confusing thing you found while learning GA or current affairs? I am not even coming to the static part, that is the banking awareness. We will talk about that later, whether you should read it or not. Tell me, Sandeep, Shantu, what is the most confusing or the most difficult thing you find while reading general awareness? See, there are so many stuff. Okay, every coaching is they're giving their monthly current affair magazine, daily current affairs, everything. There is so much of content. Let's say I have filtered all these things to you. Okay, these are some of the important current affairs which I have selected, right? So apart from that, what is the confusion you have or what is the problem you generally face? If you have, just write yes so that I can wait. Otherwise, just say no, no problem so that we can proceed. Yes, no, guys. Chalo, I hope there is no problem. है ना? Next is India and Israel signed bilateral investment treaty to boost investment. So, which country became the first OECD member to sign a BIT, that is bilateral investment treaty with India under the new model framework? So, let's see the news in detail, then we'll see the answer. So, India and Israel, they have signed what? BIT, that is bilateral investment treaty, right? And Israel is the first OECD member to sign this particular BIT with India. Okay. Now, OECD is what? Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development. Its headquarters is in Paris, right? And there are 38 countries which are the member, right? India is not one of the member. Chalo, right? So, and how much the investment value is? Around $443 million bilateral trade. Okay. Uh, India's investment in Israel would be bilateral trade would be $3.9 billion. Okay, so please remember $3.9 billion. So what you have to remember, India plus Israel, they have done BIT, that is bilateral investment treaty of around 3.9 billion US dollar target. So this is your short notes for this particular news. Okay, so next is World Bank approved $212.64 million loan for shore project in Tamil Nadu and Karnataka. So World Bank has approved 212 million US dollar for the shore project. Okay, for which two Indian states? So let's see the news in detail. So basically, shore project is what? It is the coastal ecosystem conservation program. Okay, shore project. Now, which two states are involved? The states involved are Tamil Nadu and Karnataka, right? So how much in? So you can create notes like this. So I'm writing here. World Bank 212 billion US dollar to Tamil Nadu plus Karnataka. Right, under the shore project. Got it? Now shore project is basically what? Basically it is for people, it was for the educating the people regarding ocean, conserving the shorelines, conserving the entire marine ecosystem. Okay, so please remember this thing. Chalo. So again, the shore program, it is European Union's mission, right? And it was mostly focusing on the Europe continent, but now they have also started focusing on the other areas, right? So please remember this thing. Chalo. So Tamil Nadu and Karnataka is the correct answer. Next is SEBI notifies easier delisting rules for PSU and revises InvIT norms investment to 25 lakh. What is InvIT? InvIT is what? Infrastructure Investment Trust, right? For example, let's say a highway is getting constructed, right? You want to invest your money here. So rather than investing directly in the highway, you won't be able to do that. You can invest in this InvIT. Okay. And once this highway is completed, whatever revenue is getting generated from this highway, this InvIT is going to pay its investors from the profit money. Okay, that's how InvIT work, right? So SEBI recently introduced special relaxation in voluntary delisting framework for which type of companies? Bank, PSU, NBFC or insurance firms. Now understand this thing. So SEBI has introduced special relaxation for PSUs where government holds more than 90% equity. Okay, and it excludes bank, NBFC and insurance, right? So please remember this thing. What is the rule about? You don't have to remember. Right? It is very technical. You don't have to remember this thing. Got it? But yes, they have reduced minimum allotment size for InvIT up to 25 lakh. Earlier it was 1 crore or like this. So they want more and more people to invest. So they have reduced this thing. Minimum allotment size under the InvIT is 25 lakh. It means you have to invest minimum 25 lakhs to get a particular lot under the InvIT. Okay. Chalo. So PSU is the correct answer. Now next news is Bank of Baroda partner with SIDBI to launch scheme for MSE. Right, again SIDBI is what? Small Industry Development Bank of India. It focuses on the promotion of the MSME sector. So Bank of Baroda has partnered with SIDBI so to provide better loan, right? So MSE Spice scheme launched by Bank of Baroda and SIDBI offer a subsidy of what percentage for green technology investment? So first of all, Bank of Baroda, SIDBI. Okay, they have launched the circular economy scheme MSE Spice. MSE is what? Micro and small enterprises, right? So those who are investing in some green technology in projects, so they will get 25% subsidy. Okay, so please remember this thing, 25% subsidy. Okay, chalo. Next is PhonePe and SIDBI launched a digital first Udyam Assist registration for the MSME. Okay. So PhonePe has partnered with which institution to launch digital first Udyam generation for informal micro enterprises through Udyam Assist platform? So answer is SIDBI. So you can generate your Udyam license, right, through this Udyam Assist platform, right, and they have been created by PhonePe along with SIDBI partnership, right? And what is the purpose? Purpose is to formalize informal micro enterprises. How? How you can formalize? By letting them do the registration online without any kind of fees, right? And once you register, you will get some benefits also, right? So this is the overall purpose to transform the informal sector MSMEs to the formal sector through registration on the Udyam portal. Got it? And what is the platform name? Udyam Assist Portal, PhonePe and SIDBI. These are your keywords which you have to remember for this entire news. Alright? Sure. Next, Fitch raised India's GDP forecast by 40 basis points to 6.9% for financial year 26. Now, this type of news I consider it as one-star news because it keeps on changing, right? So just remember that Fitch has given a rating of how much percent? 6.9%, right? Which organization? Fitch Rating Agency. They have forecasted 6.9% growth rate for India for financial year 26. Earlier they have given 6.5%. That's it. No need to read anything else. Okay. Chalo. Next is Union Minister Jyotiraditya Scindia launches UPI-UPU integration in Dubai, UAE. Now, the UPI-UPU integration project launched at the 20th Universal Postal Congress in Dubai is aimed at. What is the purpose? So let's see the news in detail. Okay. So Jyotiraditya Scindia, right? He has launched the UPI-UPU integration project. Now, what is this UPI-UPU? Okay. First of all, it is a landmark initiative where India's UPI is being connected with the Universal Postal Union, right? It is a very big platform. And what is the overall purpose? Overall purpose is to enable cross-border remittances via post office in a speedy and lower cost way, right? So basically to promote or to enable or to streamline cross-border remittances. So UPI plus UPU cross-border remittances. These are your keywords. Okay. UPI created by India, right? So please remember this thing. Okay. And again, the overall purpose I have told you, because see many Indians nowadays they are residing in Dubai. Dubai has just become a global hub. Okay. Many offices are there due to tax benefits. So to promote this thing, they have started. Right? So correct answer is remittances. Okay. Sure. Next is India participates in Zapat 2025 in Russia. Pakistan attend as observer. So Indian contingent at Zapat 2025 was led by which regiment? First of all, understand the news. Zapat 2025 exercise is hosted by Russia and Belarus. India participated, right? And Kumaon regiment from India, it participated in this particular exercise, right? That's it. You have to remember this much only. Okay. See, Zapat 25 is important. Why? Because it included nuclear weapon training. Now you can understand Russia and India, they are doing nuclear weapon training. It might suggest that in the near future there might be some kind of problem. है ना? Chalo, we will see that in future what will happen. But yeah, right now just remember this much. Okay, Zapat 2025 organized by Russia and Belarus, and from India, Kumaon regiment participated. Okay. Next is former PM Manmohan Singh posthumously conferred with the PV Narasimha Rao Memorial Award for Economics. He was a great economist, no doubt about that. The LPG era was the brainchild of Manmohan Singh ji. Okay. So for what landmark reforms he has got this thing? So correct answer is so Manmohan Singh ji, right? And 1991 economic reform, which is known as the LPG reform, liberalization, privatization, and globalization. Now I'm giving you one homework. Read the differences between liberalization, privatization, and globalization. You should know what these words actually means. Okay? Chalo. So correct answer is for liberalization, he has got the award, right? Affairs from 22nd till 30th of September. So the last week of September, we are going to cover all the important news. Again, we'll be connecting the static portion also along with your current affair news, because if you don't understand the static terms, then it would be very difficult for you to get a proper clarity of the current affairs, and we'll be solving the questions along with that. Okay, chalo. So let's start the session. So the first news is cabinet approves capacity building and human resource development scheme with an outlay of 22,277 crore. Now, this scheme is about what? Capacity building and human resource development. So let's see what kind of questions can be framed for your exam point of view. Then we'll see the news in detail and then we'll see the answer of that question. So the question is, the newly approved DSIR or CSIR scheme focus primarily on which of the following sector? sports, STEM, agriculture, or tourism? So let's see the news in detail, then we'll see the answer. Okay. So what is the purpose of this scheme? The purpose is basically to support the young researchers that they should build their career in which area? In the STEM area. STEM means what? Science, technology, engineering, medical, and mathematical sciences. Right? So that is the purpose of this scheme. STEM, right? STEM based research. So I'll be helping you to make short notes also, how to make short notes, right? And again, who is going to implement this scheme? This scheme is going to be executed by CSIR and all its labs, right? Council for Scientific and Industrial Research. Now, what is the total outlay of this scheme? How much money is being provided? How much budget is provided for this scheme? 2,277 crore rupees. Double two, double seven CR. Okay, so that is the purpose of the scheme. Okay, capacity building and human resource development, right? So this entire news has been converted into your a flowchart based short notes. Is it clear? Got it? So these are the things which you have to remember. So the correct answer is what? Question was focus primarily on which area? So correct answer is STEM sector. Okay, got it? Chalo. I hope it is clear, everyone. Next news is Union Minister Piyush Goyal inaugurates APEDA's first regional office in Patna, Bihar. Now, see, again, here we'll be focusing why they have launched in Bihar, because if you remember that in the Union Budget of 2025, the government has launched a very important thing. What was that? In Bihar, they have launched a very important thing. So that was the Makhana board. Okay, and please remember that Makhana, Mithila Makhana has received a GI tag also, right? So in order to promote the Makhana's export, APEDA has opened its regional office, right? What is APEDA? Agriculture and Processed Food Export Development Authority, right? So let's see the question. The inaugural export from APEDA's newly opened Bihar office was of basmati rice, Mithila Makhana, lychee, or mango. So we'll see the news in detail, then we will see the answer. Okay, chalo. So first of all, APEDA has opened its office where? In Bihar, right? For what? For the promotion and export of Mithila Makhana, right? And Mithila Makhana has received the GI tag also. Now I'm asking you all that. Can you tell me for how many years a GI tag is provided to any product? Please mention in the comment box. Okay, if you know this thing, please mention in the comment box how many for how many years GI tag is provided. It is provided for 10 years. Please remember this thing. And who provides this? It is being provided by the Geographical Indicator Registry of India, whose office is based out of Chennai. Okay, chalo. So correct answer is Mithila Makhana. Got it? Next news is Prime Minister marks 11 years of Make in India initiative. Okay. Now again, this scheme is what? This scheme is one of the umbrella scheme. When Modi government was formed in the year 2014, this was one of the most important scheme. Okay. So, let's read some basic stuff about Make in India. Okay. First of all, it was started in which year? It was started in the year 2014. Now, what was the main purpose of this scheme? Can anyone tell me? Basically, to become reliant in what? Manufacturing. Atmanirbhar in manufacturing area, right? So the objective of the scheme was to promote manufacturing, to promote job creation through manufacturing. Because let's say if you're starting any factory, okay, to let's say to manufacture some product. Let's say you are creating a pen. So you will be hiring employees. So you are promoting what? Job creation, right? Also to help ease of doing business. For example, you want to open a factory, you need land. Right now, there is a very tedious process to get a land and other approvals. So in order to help the businessmen start their own business, ease of doing business was of the focus area, right? And under this, 25 sectors have been the focus area, right? Please remember this thing, right? And all these 25 sector, 100% FDI has been allowed through the automatic route. No approval, nothing. You can directly invest here, right? Is it clear? So please remember this thing. Now, Make in India 2.0 has already been started. It was started from 2018. Okay, and again, it is going to focus on the broad. Two more sectors have been added. 20. It has now become 27 sectors, right? So please remember this thing. Chalo. So the question is, the Make in India initiative launched in 2014 is led by who is leading the entire initiative Make in India? DPIIT, Niti Aayog, SEBI or RBI? Please remember this thing. This initiative is spearheaded by DPIIT. What is DPIIT? Department for Promotion of Industry and Internal Trade. And this department comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry. Please remember this thing, right? Please remember, this is very important thing here. Now let's see the current affairs. So basically 11 years have been completed. Now see, this news is not important. The scheme will become very important. The Make in India scheme. So the static part becomes very important. Okay. So under DPIIT, in bracket you can mention Ministry of Commerce and Industry, and they are going to focus. Make in India 2.0 is going to focus on two more key sectors, right? Apart from earlier it was 25 sectors, now it has been 27 sectors, right? This will be your short term. The static part becomes more important here. Okay. So B DPIIT is the correct answer. Next is India's first central tissue bank and cashless office inaugurated at MATES, Delhi. What is MATES, Delhi? So it is basically the place where I'm going to tell you that it is basically Maulana Azad Institute of Dental Sciences, right? So India's first central tissue bank for dental healthcare has been established where? Okay, so AIMS Delhi, NIMHANS Bangalore, MATES New Delhi or PGI Chandigarh, right? So please remember, it has opened at Maulana Azad Institute of Dental Sciences. So what are the keywords here? First keyword is your first central tissue bank. Okay. Second is the venue where it was started. All right. Got it. Next, what is the purpose? The purpose of this central tissue bank is what? To improve accessibility and affordability in dental healthcare. Third is your affordability in the dental healthcare, right? Please remember this thing. And for in order to help the people get cashless treatment, a cashless office has also been started. So four things you have to remember for this entire content. No need to read the entire thing. Okay. So please remember these things, right? Chalo. So it was Meets New Delhi. Got it? Sure. I hope it is clear, guys. Those who are watching live. Next is Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnaw unveiled logo and flagship initiatives for India AI Impact Summit. Okay, India AI Impact Summit. Now, before reading this entire thing, you should know what is the India AI mission. This is the static part of this particular news. Now, this entire, see, in order to improve, in order to develop the AI ecosystem in India, right? India AI mission was launched, right? When it was launched in the year 2024. And how much budget is provided for the India AI mission? So it is 10,371 crore rupees has been provided, right? And the entire mission is going to be implemented by Digital India Corporation. It comes under Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, right? So again, AI means what? Either it would be large language model, right? Or AI computers. Got it? So these are the various components to develop AI computing in India, to develop in AI innovation centers in India, right? AI based startups. So they're going to promote all these things. Great. Got it? Chalo. And I believe you all have heard of Bharat GPT also, right? So Bharat GPT, your Bharat Gen, everything is the part of this India AI mission. Got it? So this is the static part. I hope it is clear. So the logo of India AI Impact Summit 2026 feature what? Lion Capital, Ashok Chak, Digital India emblem, or tricolor soul, right? So let's see the news in detail, then we'll see the answer. So the summit was India AI Impact Summit. What was the venue? Venue was New Delhi. So two words you have to remember. Now, what was the logo which was unveiled here? So the logo was Ashok Chakra. Why they have accepted, why they have selected Ashok Chakra? Because it is a symbol of ethical governance, justice, and values. Right. So please remember this thing. And one more important aspect of this summit was that government has announced 8 indigenous foundational AI models. So one, two, three, four things you have to remember for this entire news. Right. So I hope it is clear. So correct answer here is B, Ashok Chakra. All right. There is some disturbance in the comment box. Anyways, ठीक है. So this is all about the India AI Impact Summit. Again, guys, see, AI related, technical related, there are few missions which you should know. First is the India AI mission. Similarly, we have two more missions which you should remember related with the computers only. That is the National Supercomputing Mission. Okay, Supercomputing Mission. Right. One more mission, it is not related with computer, it was related with critical minerals. Okay, we are going to cover one more news related with critical minerals also. Okay, so these two are your homework. Please read about this. India mission, I have already explained it to you. National Supercomputing Mission, you should read. Okay. See, again, that is how you cover the static part also. That's why that bouncer question, it comes from these areas only. Hai na? So if you read it, you can easily cover it. Okay. Chalo. Next is India partners with Australia to strengthen its organic products MRA. MRA is what? Mutual Recognition Agreement. Mutual Recognition Agreement. Right? So let's see the type of question which can be framed from this news. The Mutual Recognition Agreement on organic products between India and Australia will be implemented by which of the following organizations? So it is FSSAI, Niti Aayog, APEDA, or SEBI. Right? So let's see the news in detail, then we will see the answer. Right? Chalo. Now, what is this? Which are the countries involved here? India and Australia. Okay. Under which cooperation, what agreement they have done this organic produce cooperation? Under the Economic Cooperation and Trade Arrangement, that is known as ECTA, right? And for what product? What product they want to boost? So they want to boost the organic products, right? And the entire agreement is going to be implemented by which agency? It is APEDA. We have just read about APEDA, Agriculture and Processed Food Export Development Authority, which comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industry, right? And see, in India, we have our own scheme for promoting organic product. The name of the scheme is National Program for Organic Production. Okay, so this mission, this entire trade aligns with the National Program for Organic Production also. Got it? So please remember this thing. Rest you don't have to remember. Okay. So one, countries involved. Second is the trade cooperation name. Third is the product. Fourth is the implementing agency. Four things you have to remember. Clear? Sure. Got it, guys? Yes, no? There's some this random conversation going on in the comment section. Hmm? Okay. Sure. Next news is Ministry of Ayush signs a pact with WHO to co-host second WHO Global Summit. Now, Ministry of Ayush. What does Ayush represent? Ayush basically represent the India's traditional medicine heritage. Okay. So what does A stand for? A stand for Ayurveda. Y for yoga, Unani, Siddh, and the homeopathy. Right. Although homeopathy is not originally from India, but again it is also always the part of the India's medicine system. So WHO has basically recognized this contribution of India in the traditional medicine sector, right? So let's see the question. The second WHO Global Summit on Traditional Medicine in 2025 will be co-hosted by India and which of the following organizations? UNESCO, UNICEF, WHO, or FAO. Okay, so let's see the news in detail. So Ministry of Ayush and WHO, they are going to co-host what? The second WHO Global Summit. And this summit, the Ministry of Ayush, World Health Organization, they are going to host the WHO Global Summit, and the entire focus of this summit would be of what? On traditional medicine, right? Please remember this thing. And the theme of this summit would be what? Restoring balance for people and planet. Just remember this much: restoring balance between people and planet. All right. So, how many keywords you have to remember? First of all, the organizers, the meeting, right? The theme. These three things you have to remember. Got it? So let me write it here. How you have to remember? Okay. India plus WHO second global summit. Focus would be on traditional medicine, and theme is restoring people and planet. Restoring people and planet. This is how you are going to make your short notes. Okay. Chal. Next is overviews of IAEA's 69th General Conference held in Vienna, Austria. Okay. Now you should remember what is IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency, and its actual motto is Atoms for Peace and Development, right? So IAEA, you should remember few static stuff. First of all, it's established in the year 1957. Okay. Second is your headquarter. Headquarter is where? Vienna, Austria, right? Its purpose is what? Purpose is basically the peaceful use of nuclear energy, right? So atoms for peace and development. This is the motto here, right? Purpose is what? Peaceful use of nuclear energy. Got it? So please remember this thing. And there are total 178 member states, and India is one of the founding member. India is one of the founding member. Please remember these things. Got it? Chalo. And see, when IAEA got into limelight, when the 2009 India US nuclear deal happened, na, then IAEA was quite in news, right? And it actually monitors India's civilians nuclear facilities, not the military one, the civilian one, through which nuclear energy is getting generated. Chalo. This is the static part which you should know. Now let's see the news in detail. Which country became the 181st member state of the IAEA during its 69th General Conference in 2025? Nepal, Maldives, Bhutan, or Sri Lanka? Okay, so let's see the news in detail, then we'll see the answer. So, the 69th General Conference of IAEA, right? 69th General Conference of IAEA. Whenever the conference is there, first of all, remember the venue. Venue was where? Again, the headquarter, Vienna, right? What was the theme of this particular meeting? Leveraging science and tech for sustainable development. So just remember, leveraging S&T for sustainable development. Okay. And who represented India? One thing you have to remember, the chairperson of the Atomic Energy Commission. See, this Atomic Energy Commission, it directly reports to the Prime Minister of India. And who is the chairperson of IAC? Dr. Ajit Kumar Mohanty. This fact you have to remember, right? These are the few things you have to understand. Got it? Sure. Like this, you can make your flowchart notes in the side. And during this meeting, Maldives actually join it as the 181st member. So please correct it here. Not 178 members, it is now 181 members, right? Please correct this thing, 181 members. Maldives has joined it. So these are the facts you have to remember. Got it? Chalo. Next is India elected as member of Interpol Asian Committee as the 25th at the 25th Asian Regional Conference. Okay. Now, what is Interpol? Few things you should remember that the full form is International Criminal Police Organization. Okay, and it was established in the year 1923. Its headquarters is where? It is in Lyon, France. Right, Lyon, France, very beautiful place. Okay, and there are 196 countries which are the members. India is also one of the member. Okay, so it is basically what it do what? So basically, India represent who represent India at the Interpol? It is CBI. So again, basically cross country coordination, cross police coordination, these are the things. Okay. So these are the things which you should remember. Now, what question can be framed here? India was elected to the Interpol Asian Committee for the term 2025 to 29 at the regional conference where it was held. So they're asking where was the conference and what was the venue. Okay. So let's see the news. So Interpol Asian Committee, India was elected in this, right? And there was a conference in which India was elected. It was the 25th Asian Regional Conference. So, what was the venue? It was Singapore. So, first keyword, India elected in the Asian Committee. Where was the venue of this meeting? Singapore. India was represented by CBI. Got it? And what does this Asian Committee do? it basically focuses on the Asian countries, especially on the sectors like organized crime, cybercrime, issues like human trafficking, terrorism, and drug trafficking. Okay, so please remember this thing. And there are 53 members as of now in the Asian committee. So correct answer is Singapore. All right. Chalo. Next is NIPL and QNB rolls out UPI payment service for Indian travelers in Qatar. Now, right now, see again, first focus what is NIPL? NIPL is nothing but National Payment Corporation of India, International Payment Limited. Okay, so basically it looks after the internet cross-border payment or the UPI expansion in the other countries. NIPL, right? That is the main function of NIPL. Now, what in how many countries UPI is right now active? So up till now it was 7 countries. है ना? Do anyone remember how many UPI is active in how many countries? So let me write it down. Okay, all the 7 countries, you should remember this thing. Okay, first is Bhutan, second is Mauritius, third is your Nepal. Okay, fourth is your Singapore, fifth is Sri Lanka, right? Then France, UAE. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and now one more addition, that is Qatar. Okay, so in 8 countries right now, UPI is now active. Okay, chalo. So the first outlet in Qatar to enable UPI payment was KF4, Lulu Hypermarket, Qatar Duty Free, or Doha Mall. So answer is Qatar Duty Free, right? Chalo. So Qatar has become the 8th country to integrate UPI. The 7 being Bhutan, France, Mauritius, Nepal, Singapore, Sri Lanka, and UAE. This is very, very important. Please remember this thing, right? And they have launched it in the Qatar Duty Free at the international airport, right? So please remember these things. These facts are very important. Chalo. So next news is RBI signed renewed SOC to FX Global Code. Okay. So first of all, let's see the question. So the FX Global Code is maintained by which of the following agencies? IMF, WTO, GFXC, or BIS? Right. Now, before moving to the news, understand what is FX Global Code. Okay. So basically, it is a set of principles. Right. It is a set of principles for good practices. In which area? In the global foreign exchange, right? So it is basically the set of principle for good practices in the foreign exchange market, so that there should be not be any kind of unethical practices. So this was basically launched in the year 2017 by Bank of International Settlement. Launched, not maintained. Okay, understand, it is not a law, it is a voluntary code of conduct. Here it is what? It is voluntary. It means if you want, you can follow it, otherwise no need. So it is voluntary code of conduct. Please remember this thing. Got it? Now, why was it created? What was the reason? Because see, after 2013-15, now what happened was there were many scandals going on in the foreign market, foreign exchange market, and banks were fined for this particular mishappenings. So, in order to restore trust in the market, okay, because the foreign forex market is around $7 trillion worth of money it is getting into the market in a single day. $7 trillion, more than the GDP of India. Okay, so please remember this. So all the central banks, commercial banks, they have to follow this code, right? So RBI has renewed the this particular association. So that is the news here. RBI has renewed the statement of commitment to the FX Global Code. So FX Global Code is related with what? Adherence to the international best practices in the forex market, so that everything is done ethically and no need to no type of actually unethical practices or scandal is allowed here. Okay, please remember this thing, and it was established in 2017. It is maintained by Global Foreign Exchange Committee. It maintains the code and it review it twice. Got it? It was started under BIS, but it is maintained by Global Foreign Exchange Committee. This is the thing which you should remember. So GFXC maintain this. This is the apex body that promotes, review and maintain the entire code. Clear? Any doubt, anyone? I hope everything is clear here. Chalo. Now next news is SEBI raised the custodian net worth requirement to 75 crore for risk management. Right? So what kind of question can be asked? So the SEBI Custodian Amendment Regulation 2025 raised the minimum net worth requirement for custodians too. Now what is a custodian? Custodian means who look after everything, है ना? So it is just you can understand it is just like a safety locker. For whom? For big investors like Ambani ji, Adani ji, right? Or those who invest in mutual funds. So big investors. So what they do? So let's say these are the big investors, right? So they invest in multiple shares, bond. So this custodian, it is like a safe box. So it holds all the shares, mutual funds, right, on behalf of these investors. And it also handles the settlement. For example, let's say there is a certain kind of trade, so it will handle all these things, right? So for example, let's say if any foreign investor like Elon Musk, he has purchased some shares in India, so this custodian will keep them safe and handle all the paperwork. Okay, it is just like a broker, right? So earlier, if you want to get the custodian license, the minimum net worth required was 50 crore rupees. Now, what they have done, in if you want to become the safe or custodian, they have increased the limit to 75 crore. Why they have done this? Because if you have strong financial stability, right? See again, who do you trust more, a big wealthy company or a small company? Obviously, the big wealthy company, right? So these custodians handle a large sum of money every time. So they must be financially solid. Okay, then it will promote trust among the investor, right? So remember this thing. So that is the long story short. SEBI has amended the SEBI regulation of 1996, where they have basically raised the net worth requirement from 50 crore to 75 crore. Okay, and this provision is going to come in force 6 months from this notification. All right, what was the purpose here? To maintain the strong governance structure and risk taking capability. Got it? These are the words which you have to remember. 75 crore is the new requirement. Is it clear? See, if you don't understand these kind of news in a simple way, na, then it would be very difficult for you to remember it. Got it? Now, what you have to remember here, what are the keywords? SEBI. If I just want to remember to solve the question, SEBI, custodian, net worth 50 CR to 75 CR. These are the four things which I have to remember. Got it? Because my purpose is what? To solve the question in the exam. Clear? Chalo. Now next news is what? Next news is RBI allows standalone traders to trade in rupee in NDF market. So few new things you must have read. Standalone traders, NDF market, right? First understand what is NDF market. NDF means what? Non-deliverable contract. Okay, sorry, not contract. Non-deliverable format forwards. Non-deliverable forward. Full name is basically forward is what? It is a type of derivative market contract, right? So it is what? NDF is a currency derivative contract. So if you have read the contract, this derivative market, I have covered the derivative market in my static session. Okay, we have talked about the forwards, forward market contract, the future contract, the options thing, है ना? So what is this currency derivative contract? Basically, we generally do contract for what? So that we can protect ourselves from price fluctuation. Okay. So again, NDF is also, it is a type of currency derivative contract. And this is used basically to hedge or protect or speculate on currency. To hedge on a currency, right? And this is generally settled in what? In a foreign currency, not in the local currency. It is settled in foreign currency. Please remember this thing. For example, if I am doing a rupee derivative, then it might be settled in dollar, not in rupee. Please remember this thing. Now let me give you an example here. Let's say if an investor wants to hedge Indian rupee, okay, INR, right? He don't want to get impacted from rupee fluctuation, but he cannot directly trade Indian rupee abroad. Why? Because not every country accepts Indian rupee. So what they will do? He will use what? NDF, Indian National Rupee, sorry. So he will use what? Indian National Rupee NDF contract. Okay. So he will use this thing in the offshore market. For example, he want to trade in Singapore. So he will use this INR NDF, right? So till recently, the Indian National Rupee NDF market was offshore only, meaning it happened outside India and was settled in dollars. Now, what did RBI allow? So basically, RBI allowed Indian banks to participate in this market also, right? So up till 2020, Indian banks were not allowed to participate in the NDF market. But in 2020, RBI said that now banks can also participate. Now in 2024, RBI said that standalone trading is also allowed. It means what? Instead of settling in only in US dollar, now trade can be settled in Indian rupees. It means we can now settle the trade or send the money for Indian rupees also. Okay. So please remember this thing. Now what is the benefit of this? So first of all, it will reduce the offshore dependency. Earlier everything was happening outside. Now it can be happen in India also. Also, what? Rupees internationalization is also going to happen. Now everyone will receive in rupee also. Okay, people will start using rupee. Now why they want to do it? Because they want to decrease the dependency on what? Dollar, right? So please remember this thing. Chalo. So again, it is the part of the rupee internationalization process only. Okay. Sir, is there any course going for SBI clerk mains? Yes, it is going on for SBI clerk mains. The practice session is right now. It is active. You can visit the Oliveboard app. Okay, Lynn. You can visit the Oliveboard app and then you can see SBI clerk mains course is already going on and you can enroll in that. And whenever you enroll, you use the code Yash to get maximum discount. Alright. So guys, also after this session, I would be adding this class PDF in my Telegram channel. My Telegram channel is GA by Yash Sir. Okay. So this is a very good news. RBI has allowed standalone trade to trade in rupee in the NDF market. So question is, RBI has allowed standalone primary dealers to trade in rupee from September 2025. In what type of contract? Future, NDDC, options or swaps? So correct answer is NDDC, non-deliverable derivative contract. Okay, so RBI has allowed what? NDDC standalone trade, right? So please remember this thing. Earlier it was only available to the authorized dealers. Now it has been available to everyone, right? What is the significance here? Again, India's participation in offshore rupee derivative market, making also forex risk management, and also the most important thing, rupee internationalization. That is the most important thing, and reducing the dependency upon dollar. Okay, this is NDDC going to do. Yeah, chalo. Next is RBI issues digital payment authentication direction from 1st April 2026. Yes, 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 you can do that. You can do that. है ना? So let's see the question. The RBI's new authentication mechanism for digital payment transaction will come into effect from which of the following dates? Now, again, understand. See, what are the digital payment methods in India? Digital payments through how many means you can do it? You can do it through UPI, you can do it through net banking, है you can do it through cards, wallets. There are many things. So there are so many means to do the digital payment, and because of this, a lot of fraud is also happening. Phishing attacks, SIM swap, malware attack. There are many things which is right now happening. Now, RBI wants to strengthen this security. So right now, digital payments currently rely only on SMS based OTP. That if you want to do the payment, a OTP will receive. है ना? So this is the only authentication factor which is right now. Okay, but again, OTPs and this SMS have na, there are certain vulnerability. If your SIM is swapped, they can get the OTP, right? So right now, all the payment system providers, okay, they have to add one more authentication. Okay, it means, for example, you have to add, let's say, your CVV number, or let's say you have to add your phones, right? So, or you can add your PIN, whatever. So one more factor you have to add, right? That is going to be effective from 1st of April 2026. That is the main thing here. See, you don't have to remember so many things, right? What you have to remember, that authentication factor is going to be added in the digital payment, and which act is getting used here? The Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007. Please remember this thing. See, RBI has now, there are two or three acts which you should remember. First is the RBI Act 1934, the Banking Regulation Act 1949, and the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007. I have created one table. Okay, I'll show you in the it is in my topic wise current affairs session. I've taken one session, I've added that thing. I will take the image and I'll send it to my Telegram channel. Please read those things. This is a very important aspect. Okay, so one authentication factor must be dynamically created or proven. So this is going to be accepted from 1st April 2026, right? And right now, it is not mandatory for a cross-border transaction, but for domestic, it is going to be mandatory, right? Correct answer is 1st April 2026. Clear? Now, next news is Union Minister Nirmala Sitharaman launches GSTAT in New Delhi, the Goods and Services Appellate Tribunal. Okay, so let's see the news. So the Goods and Services Tax Appellate Tribunal has been constituted under which act? The Finance Act of 1994, the Companies Act of 2003, the CGST Act of 2017, or the Income Tax of 1961. So now guys, at least you can eliminate this thing. Income tax is a direct tax. GST is not a direct tax. Okay. So let's see what is the purpose. So the new GST AT has been established, the Goods and Services Appellate Tribunal. Now what is the purpose? First of all, it has been constituted under the CGST Act of 2017. Okay. Now, if you don't agree with any decision of the GST tribunal, then you can appeal to the appellate tribunal. That is the GST AT. Okay, it will act as a specialized appellate tribunal. Okay, and it will going to hear appeal against order passed by first appellate authorities. That is the main purpose here. Okay, and its office is going to be across all the states and UTs. Okay, and it is going to hear through online virtual hearings on your online filing, tracking cases, everything would be there through, you can access through the e-court portal. Okay, it is a portal where you can access it. Okay, sure. CGST Act of 2017 is the correct answer. Got it? Is that clear, guys? Sure. Very good. Next news is PhonePe received RBI's final approval to operate as what? PA. PA means payment aggregator. Okay, payment aggregator. For example, let's say if I've started any business, right? And let's say I'm selling a pen, this pen I'm selling. So I want that I can accept payment from people can pay me through UPI, people can pay me through credit card, debit card, NEFT, RTGS, they can do anything, है ना? So I should be having a system which can accept all the different kind of payment for my business, and that is known as a payment aggregator. Okay, so recently which body or which company has received this license? PhonePe. So the RBI has granted the final payment aggregator license to which of the following under the PSS Act? Say again, licenses for anything related with the payment will be through this act, the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007. Just a minute सर, MS क्या लिख रहे हो? Why are you spamming? सर मैंने अभी टेस्ट सीरीज लिया, NTPC CBT2 पेमेंट हो गया, बट ऐप में नहीं खुल रहा. It will take 1 hour. It will take 1 hour. After 1 hour, the test series will be open. Okay, don't worry. It takes 1 hour to get the complete access. Don't worry, it will happen, है ना? Don't get restless. हो जाएगा. So correct answer is PhonePe. Okay. So PhonePe has got the approval by RBI to get under this act to operate as what? As a payment aggregator, right? These see again, these and the new MSME sector na, they're going to they will need some kind of payment mechanism, right? If they want to have a proper financial system, they need to incorporate some kind of what? Some kind of payment aggregator, and here PhonePe is going to help them. No need to integrate this your Razor Pay, because these are very expensive. It will be a little bit sasta, है ना? So payment aggregator, it acts as an intermediary, allowing merchants to accept digital payment without building individual payment gateways. Payment gateways are like what? For example, you do the payment at Oliveboard, it is redirected to a payment gateway. For example, it can be Razor Pay or some other, है ना? MobiQuick or something else. So right now, in order you don't have to integrate anything. It is expensive. So less expensive option is payment aggregator. Okay, chalo. Please remember the name of the act. Act is very important, and the company. Yes, yes, it will happen. Don't worry. Please wait. Next is PayRupee partners with BriskPay to expand into cross-border payments. So again, it is a very direct news, है ना? It is mostly a agreement, है ना, between two companies. So PayRupee has partnered with which company to expand cross-border payment services under the PSCB model. So just remember, it is the BriskPay. Okay. So two companies, PayRupee, BriskPay, they are doing what? They will be acting, they have received a license to act as what? Payment aggregator for cross-border payments. Okay, not for domestic payment. Okay, so this partnership, again, it is going to be a one-stop solution both for domestic as well as the international transactions. So they are going to get the license for both international transaction as well as domestic. International plus domestic. Now it is going to help whom? For traders, exporters, freelancers who are working abroad, right? So to receive the payment, it will be very easy. It will be very seamless, efficient, and cost effective, right? It is a reliable cross-border transfer. It is going to help you. Got it? These are the three keywords which you have to remember. Chalo. Now let's move to the next report. Scroll Report 2024. Virat Kohli retains top Indian celebrity brand ranking at $231 million. 231 million US dollar. Very rich. Okay, so let's see the questions. According to the Kroll Celebrity Brand Valuation, the most valued female celebrity in India. Okay, so see again, this type of news is a 1 or 2 star news. You want to read it. Otherwise, you can skip it also. But banking, finance, and economics, those are very important. You have to read each and everything. So number one in male is Virat Kohli, right? In female, Alia Bhatt is at number one. Got it? So two things at least you should remember. Alia Bhatt at 116 million. Now next news is very important. This is a 5-star. This can be asked in your exam. Hindi drama Homebound nominated for Oscar Award 2026. Okay. So they can ask the name of the what? Name of the movie. Got it? So India's official entry for the 98th Oscar 2026 in the Best International Film category is Article 370, Lapata Ladies, Homebound or Kantara 2. So Homebound. Now what you have to remember, do you have to remember this much? Not at all. Just remember the name of the movie, Homebound, directed by Neeraj Ghewan. Okay, two things at least you should remember. Rest not at all required. This is just for your understanding. Okay, chalo. Movie name and director's name. Two things you have to remember. If you want, you can remember the name of the producer also, Mr. Karan Johar. Producer is who? Who puts money in the movie. Director is who gives all the cuts and takes. Okay, in which angle the movie should be shot. Got it? Because I was very confused in my childhood that what is the difference between producer and director. Chalo. So it is homebound. Let's see some of the appointments. Committee of Cabinet approves new DGs for CISF and Indo-Tibetan Border Police. CISF, Central Industrial Security Forces. The forces which you see at the airport, at the museums, and the important industrial areas, those are known as CISF. ITBT, Indian Indo-Tibetan Border Police. Mostly on the Nepal-Bhutan border, you will find them. Okay. So who has been appointed as the new DG of ITBP from September 2025? These are the options. Let's see the news in detail. So for ITBP, it is Mr. Praveer Ranjan. Okay, sorry. Mr. Praveen Kumar as the DG of ITBP, Indian Tibetan Border Police, and Praveer Ranjan as the DG of CISF, Central Industrial Security Forces. Right? Two things you have to remember. You don't have to remember about their history. Not at all required. Okay? Chal. Next is WTO report 2025, AI to boost trade by nearly 40% by 2020. Now, what report we are talking about? We are talking about the World Trade Report. Okay. World Trade Report. So according to WTO's World Trade Report, AI could increase global trade by how much percent? Now, two things you have to remember. First of all, name of the report, World Trade Report. It is released by WTO. Okay, releasing agency. Please remember this thing, and the important finding. So what are the important finding here? So first of all, WTO's World Trade Report. Okay, title was what? Making trade and AI work together. Trade plus AI. Just remember like this. And the findings was that it is going to increase the global trade by 34 to 37%. Got it? The rest, no need to read anything. Clear? So it is the finding that 37% it can increase. Got it? Sure. Now next is DRDO and SFC conducted test launch of Agni-Prime missile from RBML. So Agni-P missile, okay, in short we call it as Agni-P, recently test launched by DRDO, has a maximum strike range of, now I believe you all know that Agni-2 is 2000 kilometer range, है ना? Agni-3 3000, Agni-4 4000, like this it is the sequence. Okay, so let's see. First of all, Agni, we are talking about Agni Prime missile. Okay, developed by DRDO. Okay, plus SFC. SFC is what? Strategic Force Command. Okay, and they have tested it in a rail-based mobile launcher. Rail-based means they are using this railway network to launch this. Okay, rail-based mobile launcher. That you don't have to remember. Just remember the strike range of this missile. Strike range is 2000 kilometers. It means we can launch it from Jammu and Kashmir or Rajasthan, and we can strike up to Iran also. है ना? So please remember this thing. Just remember these aspects: name of the missile, developer, and the property. 2000 kilometer. Chalo. Next is ISRO and Schneider Electric extend partnership for space mission automation. See, they're extending. It means they have been in the partnership for quite some time. So ISRO has extended its automation partnership with which of the following companies? Okay, to enhance operation at the Sriharikota Satish Dhawan Space Center at Sriharikota. So it is the Schneider Electric, right? So this collaboration, since it has been active over 15 years, and Schneider has supported ISRO in major missions such as Chandrayaan 3 and the NISAR mission of ISRO and NASA. They have already helped this. So now they have extended the partnership. So ISRO plus Schneider Electric, right, for automation, where at the Satish Dhawan Space Center, which is located where? In Andhra Pradesh. Just remember this thing. Okay, no need to read this much. Chalo. Now, some sports related news. The 2026 AFC Futsal Asian Cup qualifiers, India registered first ever international victory. Now, this is a one-star news. Just remember. So, India registered first ever international futsal victory by defeating which country? Okay. So, let's see the news. What is the event? Event is what? The Futsal 2026 AFC Futsal qualifiers. Venue was Kuwait. So, venue is Kuwait. Event is the futsal. Okay. And India has defeated which country? India has defeated Mongolia 3-0. Got it? Rest, no need to read anything. Right? So, Mongolia. So, any sporting event, just remember the name of the event, a venue, and who is the winner. Now, very important news, sports related. This can be asked in your exam. FIFA unveils trio of mascots for 2026 World Cup. Why there are three mascots? Because this FIFA World Cup 2026 is going to happen in USA, Canada, and Mexico. That three countries, that's why three mascot. This is Maple, this is a, we'll see the news, okay. So the official mascot Zayu unveiled for the 2026 World Cup represent which country? So these three countries, all three are representing one animal, okay. So first of all, Maple, it is a moose. This is Maple, it is a moose, it is representing Canada. Zayu is a what? Zayu is a jaguar. it is representing Mexico. And the national bird of USA, bald eagle, it is representing US. So three mascots for three countries. Okay, chalo. So USA, Mexico, and Canada is going to host the 23rd FIFA World Cup 2026. Okay, so event, venue, okay, and these three are the mascots. Okay, chalo. So Zayu is Mexican jaguar. Got it? Chalo. Now next is Kannada novelist and Padma awardee SL Bhyrappa passed away. So it is obituary related news. है So the celebrated Kannada novelist SL Bhyrappa authored Parva and Mandra was awarded the Padma Bhushan in which year? So let's see the news. Some of the fact at least you should know. Please remember SL Bhyrappa. He was a Kannada novelist and philosopher, right? And he got Padma Shri in 2016, Padma Bhushan in 2023. He has also won the Saraswati Saman. This is a very big award. Okay. So just remember three things: name, work, what work he was doing, and the awards. One, two, three. So guys, this was all about the weekly current affairs from 22nd of September till 30th of September. I hope you have enjoyed the session. And if you have enjoyed the session, do give the like and do mention your comments in the comment box, right?